From your experience now that you own 8 properties, what's the next few years entail for you?
Yeah, so obviously HMO over the next 12 months in my partner's name. I'm in the process of selling one property, having to sell another probably before the end of the financial year, before I'm then able to really start building up the portfolio in trust structure.
Yeah.
So I was looking at whether to do like a major reno as the next project or a granny flat or both, to be able to have more of a cash flow from the next property, just so I can start to increase my serviceability, and also is more coming from the point of view of having a goal of cash flow for not so much reliance on active income over the next like 3 years, as I do probably have a family. So yeah, that's high level. That's what's going on. I think the next purchase for me will be like August, September time, once I have to go through this action.
You make it sound like it's so far away. It's like, what, 6 months from where we are? The next purchase is 6 months away.
I want to do something now, and like that's why I'm doing the HMO in my partner's name, because obviously if I build an HMO and she's going to be the guarantor for it. Yeah. If I do it, then I can't buy any resi, because a bank's going to look at that private lending where I'm the guarantor. So that's why I've had to do it under her name. So I'm doing something.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about that actually, because we spoke about it before I hit record, and you were talking about doing the HMO in your partner's name.
Yeah,
I know we've been jumping around a bit between the HMO, the buy and hold, but with the structuring and doing it in your partner's name, just give viewers an idea on why you're not doing it in your name. You did just mention it, but why are you doing it in your partner's name and not yours? And why aren't you doing it in joint names like a lot of people do?
Yeah, so it's best for us to keep it separate. Like in this scenario, in this scenario, it makes sense because if I was a guarantor on the loan, then I'm going to have that considered against my borrowing power when I go to buy under resi. So generally speaking, I wouldn't do it either, because you're both liable, as I understand it. I've never done it, but you're both liable for the loan if you're on the title, even if one person owns the property, but you're both guarantors, I think. Yeah. So
you can drop off as a guarantor later.
Yeah.
You can, but as long as the bank is satisfied that one guarantor can meet the servicing, if it's a residential loan. But as you transition it out of resi into commercial, once you're in commercial loans, they will just look at the asset.
Yeah. The other thing I think is, like, over time, it gives us a bit more flexibility if we're not all on each other's loans, because say if I do need a little bit of extra serviceability 1 year, well, I might pay myself out of one of her trusts, maybe.
Yeah. Where did you learn that from?
Yeah, that was from the structuring module, and finding a good accountant and finding a good broker, which are so rare, like in my direct experience, because most of them, unless they've got a significant portfolio themselves, they just don't know this stuff. I'd say it's like one in 15 to 20, maybe.
If that, 1 in 100.
Yeah.
I've gone through about 100.